Hey, what's up YouTube? You are watching Ready Set Drone, and today I have the EPIC from JJPRO. This is a GPS brushless drone that has a 1080p camera and a couple of extra features, and we're going to check it out, so stay tuned. So first of all, thanks to GearBest for supplying the JJPRO EPIC for me. This thing is a little quad, a little bit bigger than a Spark, I'd say, if you've ever seen a Spark before. It's got brushless motors, as I said before. It comes with a 2S battery that is 1800 milliamp hour, 25C battery that slots right in the back. The battery does charge via a USB connector, which is nice. Not a connector directly to it, but the charger goes in via USB, so it works for multiple voltages, or doesn't have to worry about what country you're in. The remote is a JJPRO remote, pretty standard. These things all look kind of similar because it looks like they use the same shell on a lot of them. There is a little button right down here that switches you into satellite, which is your GPS mode. There's a button over here for headless mode. There's one for photo, return to home, lock and unlock the propellers, and the auto takeoff and auto landing. Now the camera itself on this thing is a dedicated camera that's on it with a mount, not a gimbal, but a mount that holds it in place. The mount does have these little rubber balls that give it a little bit of shock absorption, and this camera actually will tilt down and tilt back up using the wheel on the remote. So there's this wheel right here on the side of the remote, and if you turn it, the camera will tilt down and tilt up. So the drone itself is a pretty good looking drone. I like the silver color. I like the little grippy things on top of the props, which actually makes them easier to take off. It does come with a set of spare props, by the way, and a tool to take them off. And I like the camera. I like the fact that it has a dedicated camera that is not like a GoPro. It's got a little bit more streamlined look to it. Now, in order to turn it on, you just put in the battery. There is no on-off switch. Make sure you put it in the right direction, and it will make that noise. And then you turn this little thing on the back here to lock the battery in place so that it won't come out. When you want to take it out, you unlock this, and it'll pull out. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to turn on the remote, and one thing that you have to do with this drone every time you fly it is calibrate the compass. So right now you'll notice that the lights are blinking yellow. That means that the compass has not been calibrated. Very easy to do. You just spin it a couple times horizontally until the lights turn green and start blinking green. Then you spin it a couple times vertically until the lights turn solid. Green in front, or actually red in front and green in back, I believe. Oh no, red in front and yellow in back. That means it's ready to go. Now that I've got the compass calibrated, one other thing I need to do is put a micro SD card in the slot in the camera. And it just slots in right here in the back. Not sure if it goes in upside down or right side up. Looks like it goes in right side up, and there you go. It's got a nice little click to it, so you know it's in there. And then I guess if we're going to run video, I should go ahead and download the app, JJPRO X5 app, and you can actually get it through the so the JJPRO X5 app can actually be gotten by using the QR code. Okay, we've got video rolling. There's Tate, and we can go ahead and take it for a little flight around the yard. Real quick, let me show you how the camera rotation works. So you can see when you do this little button on the remote, the camera rotates up and down. We have 11 satellites. You show right there. Can you see that? Yeah. You can see we have 11 satellites. We are 0. The distance, height and height are 0. We're in mode 2 on the remote, which means the left stick is your throttle and your yaw, and your right stick is your pitch and your roll. And we're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and set it right there and spin up the props and take off. Now it should, in theory,
Just get out in the yard.
drifting to the right, should in theory stay in one place once I let go of the stick. So I'm gonna take it over here to where it doesn't hit anybody. Oh wow, it's really drifting. So I think it might need to be, there we go. Fly up in the air pretty high. There's the neighborhood. And I just let go again and it should be sitting still. Is it sitting still?
Yeah.
I can't really see it because of this tree.
Yeah.
Alright, now we'll bring it down. Alright, let's see if I can land it over here on the table. There we go, we landed on the table. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off from right here, about 4 feet in front of me. I have 16 satellites, and I'm gonna fly it over here a ways.
I wouldn't be too ambitious.
And now I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna hit return to home. And I'm not touching the stick. See how close it gets.
Can't see it at all.
Coming down nice and slow. Again, I'm not touching the stick since I hit return to home. There's a tree right over there. Make sure it doesn't hit the branches. Looks like it's going to clear them.
Wow.
Very nice, smooth landing. However, it took off from about where you're standing and it landed over there. So I'd say it missed by about 6 feet.
But I mean, if you're 6 feet, if you're taking off 6 feet away from danger.
Yeah, if you're out in a big field, that won't matter. But yeah, it did return to home, great, but landed about 6 feet away. And I was really impressed with how slowly it landed, like how gently it came down. So it also is supposed to have this mode called Follow Me mode.
Big bird.
So we're going to try that out and see if if the Follow Me actually works.
We're shooting here.
Okay, so the way the Follow Me works, it appears. Alright, the way the Follow Me works, it appears, is it says once Follow Me function is working, the camera lens will keep pointing at the mobile phone and remain constant distance from the mobile phone. Throttle and altitude can be adjusted. Start Follow Me? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and aim it towards me because I've got the mobile phone. Hit yes. And it aimed back over towards Tate. So let's just see if I walk over here. Here, I'll tell you what, you take the mobile phone. You take the iPhone. All right, let me get lined up on you.
Here, you
Now,
want the camera?
huh?
You want the camera?
ahead and hit start. And now walk around. Does it say should be following you? Okay. Walk all the way to the fence. Okay, it's not moving. What about if you walk over towards the fence?
Ah, what if I run at it? Oh. What if I spin around?
Yeah, but if you come over here, will it actually rotate? Alright, so the JJPRO EPIC. I have mixed reviews on this thing. It does have GPS, it does have brushless motors, and it does seem to stay in one place fairly well once it's locked onto some satellites. The follow me mode did not seem to work at all. The headless mode and the return to home work fine, but the follow me mode, we couldn't get it to work at all. The footage looks okay. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's 1080 footage, so it is full HD, but it's not stabilized. So you're working off of a camera that's mounted to the bottom of a drone that's being pushed around in the air and vibrating and such. I would also say that the flight time was a little shorter than I expected. It just seemed to land more quickly than I was thinking it would based on the estimated flight time. Now, we didn't time it, but it just felt kind of short to me. If you're looking for a drone that has GPS and that has brushless motors, I honestly would probably prefer to recommend the Bugs 2 or the Bugs 3 Pro. Both of those have GPS and fly just great. This one...
Or even the Spark.
Yeah, or even the Spark, although this is quite a bit less money. This one looks good. It flies okay, but it isn't my favorite. So I'd say probably not one to add to your collection unless you really want to try out the JJPRO for some reason. It's definitely got its pros with regard to the brushless motors and the GPS, but everything else about it to me was just kind of okay. So hopefully this is useful to you if you were thinking about getting one of these. I do have a link in the description if you want to see the pricing, and if you do decide you want to order one, feel free. But otherwise, I hope you will check out other videos about other drones. I hope you'll like this video if you liked it. Hit the like button. I hope you'll subscribe to Ready Set Drone. And if you want to meet up with me and a bunch of other cool YouTube folks that do drone reviews and camera reviews and other fun RC stuff, come to Spin Up in Austin, Texas on December 1st, 2018. We'll be hosting it at the Dell Diamond, which is a minor league baseball field. Should be a lot of fun. Registration information is in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Ready Set Drone.